Hello and welcome to Fiona's Creative Canvas. Today I am going to try a new way of applying texture using this roller. In case you want to know, this is a 4mm nap roller, and I also have this brush, and I'm going to be using joint compound. So let's just spread some on. I've mixed this up a little bit because my joint compound is getting a little old, so I just mix some up with a bit of water and a little bit of PVA glue. And let's see how we go. Let's try using the roller. Interesting. I might need to spread that on a bit more first. I feel like maybe it's still a bit thick. So let's just use a spreader. Put it on first, and then we'll use the roller to create some texture. So I don't want the layer too thick. I'm just trying to create a bit of interest on my canvas. Just get any lumps out as well. Give it a mix on the canvas. Right, let's try that. Very bumpy. Okay, you can see it's thicker in some areas, which I like. And once I've got this, ooh, it's interesting. Now I'm going to come over with my brush. Create some different texture patterns through. I want it rougher than that. What else have I got? Maybe this one. Ooh. Not sure. Let's go back to this for a minute. Let's try this. Ooh. There's so much texture on this. Do I want to take any off? Which could also be interesting. Oh, actually, I was looking for this textured brush. This is for flicking paint, but we're just looking for things to create texture. Let's just remove a few little bits. It's starting to dry out. So what I'll do now that I've got my basic shape is just turn it around and try and have a little bit of a look. Let's turn one of the lights off so we can see what I've got. Because if I can get it looking good on all angles, then it's a good composition. Got quite a bit of weather outside today. The birds aren't happy. Alright, I think that's interesting. Let's let that dry and then we'll come back with some paint. So this is nice and dry now. There's flexibility in the canvas and it's not cracking. A lot of people worry about that, so I just wanted to show that. And I've got some I'm going to use some of these Jo Sonja and Matisse colours today. I do have the Amsterdam colours if I want to swap to something that I've got a bit more of. But this is the Payne's Grey and it's got a little bit of blue in it. So here are the colours. And let's just add a little bit of titanium white down as well. All right, let me get my 3-inch paddle brush out, and we're going to start putting these colours on. I'm going to put some white there, just so that I've got something to mix with as well. Oh, look at that pretty colour. I just want to get the whole surface covered, so then I can come in and bring out my texture over the top. But we just want to make sure the canvas gets completely covered. See, and this blue is just carried, so that's why I like to use a fair bit of white. Oh, that's so bright, that blue. I feel like maybe I should mix some of these colours together. Add a little bit of the green into it. Let's get the greens in. I like the colour palette so far. I haven't bought any of the sort of antique white or anything in. Let's try that. A little bit of blue up here. Lots of colour. I'm going to actually, looking at what I've done just here, I'm going to keep the colour in here, get rid of some of that white, so that I can come over the top with some white and let that colour shine through. Alright, I do need to recoat some of these areas, get any little spots that I missed. This bit here. I might try a bit of this olive green. I want to see the difference in the colour. I think this one might actually be a little bit brighter, or is it darker? I'm going to bring out the Payne's Grey again because I want to get some contrast in. So definitely want my darker colours. We're going to bring some more of the yellow colours in as well. I'm going to start with the darker colours first. Let's get some bright colour in. Oh, that's too bright. I don't like that. No, look, that's not my French blue. Maybe mix that in with there. I like that. Nice. I like that. I need to bring a bit more of that yellow up the top there. feel, I mean, this is my favourite part at the moment. I wonder if I should come over with some palette knives and get some nice thick parts through. Oops, taking the paint off of that. Got to be a little bit careful because I'm going to scratch the tops like I have there. Maybe try a different palette knife. The other option is I've got Prussian Phthalo Blue. I like that. Okay. What can we put that way? I need something here. Do I want it really dark here? Where's my Payne's Grey? This is my Payne's Grey that's not so blue, but I could add a little bit of Prussian Blue Phthalo to it, and it comes out almost that colour. I'm just going to make this a bigger block. Oh, I want brightness. Ooh, that is bright, but we're going to mix it. I don't think it goes. I think we have to stick with the palette. I just want to take out a bit of this colour. Okay, so I feel like it's dried a little bit flat and I want to give it a bit of brightness. I thought about adding some brighter colours, but my other option is using a bit of this antique silver, which is this colour here. And I thought what I might try and do, because I'm not sure where to place it, was just get a bit of foil, cut a few bits up and play with composition. It doesn't have to be sort of anything special. Let's try tearing some bits. So might get some different shapes, maybe a longer one. Because it will kind of change the way things look. Because if I put a little bit on this darker area, it kind of brightens that up. Maybe a little bit here. I'm putting it on that dark bit again, which makes that whole area look lighter. What if I come down a bit? Maybe just there. Maybe a bigger bit here. That could be interesting. Let's start with something like that, I think. I don't want to go overboard. So I'll get out my gold size. This is basically a glue for attaching the leaf. I'll paint that on the surface. And I don't want a big solid amount. So just want a bit of glistening. Maybe a little bit more solid down here and then spotty. Now it's hard to see where it goes on. The only way I can see it is by the shine. A little bit shiny in that area. It's a bit easier to see on the dark colour. Oh, that's quite a bit. It's better to go light though. I've probably gone a bit heavy there because you can always add more later. Go thin here, maybe a little bit thicker just here and a bit through here. I'm trying not to get like solid blocks. I want it broken up a little bit. That's why I'm going flat with my brush, just to catch those raised areas. Something like that. And then if I feel like it needs more, I can add more on later. So that needs 15 minutes to get to a tacky consistency, and then I'll add the leaf. Just check that it's tacky. And can you see the shine? Let me just tilt it so you can see where the shiny bits are. That's where I need to add the silver leaf. So this is antique silver, so it does have a slightly golden look. Oh no. I messed that up. Once it's down, there's no moving it. It's very fine. This particular stuff that I got on Amazon is almost see-through. It's that thin. Then you can tear off bits that aren't stuck down. Get the little bits I missed. And then what happens after this is I'll grab a stiff brush and remove what's not stuck down by brushing it. Right, where's my stiff brush? Got this brush here, might work. This one here is also stiff because I haven't cleaned it properly. Let's brush it. Whew. Okay, and here is the final result. This is the landscape version, but I just want to show you how the silver leaf caught the tops. And up here as well. And then I think just here is where I scraped the texture out, and here as well. And you can see that the leaf, it's a silver leaf, is flat here, and then further up it's caught the tops again, and that was by dragging the brush lightly over the top. This texture up here is quite interesting too. I really like this white bit. Yeah. So that's the landscape. I'm going to show you it in portrait as well. And here it is in portrait. So I'm pretty happy with the result. The silver does give it a bit of pop. Big shout out to all the channel members. Thank you so much for all your support. Everyone who likes and subscribes to the channel. So don't forget to put a comment below and let me know your thoughts on it. That's it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I shall see you all in the next one. Bye.